Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. New subscribers, welcome. Existing subscribers, welcome. You're all friends of mine. And let's get on with your card of the day. Right, so today we have the 9th day of the 9th month, the 23rd year, being September 9th, 2023. I'm using the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle Deck by Radley Valentine. Illustrations by Echo Chernik. We have the World card for today, Archangel Michael. I will change it up tomorrow, but basically a happy ending to maybe some difficult situations that you've had this week. You've come full circle, you've learned a lot, and I would imagine that you're looking now at some transformations coming into the fall. We're on the eve of the fall. And my isms is, I am a noble person doing world-class work and fulfilling a mighty purpose through the eyes of love. And so it is, and I am perfection unfolding. This idea that we are not perfect, we're born perfect, everything about us is already perfect, and there's always room for improvement. The idea that what we do isn't perfect, who we are isn't perfect, that our body isn't perfect, that our life isn't perfect. What is perfection, and why do we not feel that we're already there? It is an unfolding process. And that's what we are. We're unfolding. We're here to learn and experience and enjoy. So let's see what the card of the day has to say and how it plays into all of this. Loving, kind Father in the sky, caring, loving Mother of the earth, angels and ancestors, intergalactical beings from all realms and all four corners, I welcome you to this space and give thanks to be your messenger. And I'm setting the intention to see and to feel, to hear and to know your sacred words of spirit, your light words, your love, your inspiration, and set the message to enlighten, to inspire, and to heal everyone everywhere. Well, there's our card of the day. Could not wait to jump on out and say hello. Don't settle for less. Well, then this plays right into where we're going. If you've got the World card and Archangel Michael says you've come to the end of a cycle and you're ready to start something new, you've got to start something new with the idea that perfection is unfolding within you, that you are a work in progress, that this isn't a dress rehearsal, that this is life unfolding perfectly as you want it to be. And if you're not saying that you're a noble person doing world-class work and fulfilling a mighty purpose through the eyes and the heart of love, what are you doing? So this card is basically, it's a number 10. Don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine, and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. You know, this plays into all of our thoughts and feelings of lack, all of our thoughts and feelings of less than, all of our thoughts and feelings of being marginalized, of mediocre, of speaking into poverty consciousness, of speaking into talentlessness. The idea that somehow I'm not talented, I'm not creative, I can't do it. That is a limiting belief. It's also a cop-out. Not to be rude or funny, but it's a cop-out. When we choose something else, because we're getting distracted from the real goal that we are limitless in our abilities, in what we can do, in where we can go, and what we're up for. And if I reduce this number 10 down to a 1, I got new beginnings. I've got the spark of imagination, the manifestation of magic if I get to the number 1. And it is that journey, that first step. I've arrived, I've got here. And on the end of the 21st card, the world, all the learning you could ever do brought you to this point where you've got to start something else. It is a cycle. If it's not a cycle, where are we going? What are we doing? I was telling a friend of mine the other day, or somebody, maybe it was in the chat, Sometimes it's like riding a carousel horse. It goes around in circles. It doesn't matter what horse you get on, it's still going in the same direction. So what do you do to change the direction? Well, you get off the carousel ride. You try another ride and see where that goes. Every single ride we get on, every single cycle we go through leads to the next, the next, and the next. And so Archangel Michael, look at this. Don't settle for less. Get what you want out of life. You're a child of the divine. You got created. You got created out of love. You got created from love. You came in here and people loved you, wanted you. They celebrated your life. They celebrated everything about you. Somewhere along the line, some other things happened. Perhaps they weren't feeling so great about themselves, so they pushed their agenda on you, and whoopsie-daisy. Now you want them to be perfect. That's my guilt. I want everybody else to feel what I feel, to get what I get, to work, but I can't make that happen. I can suggest it. I can maybe help to manifest it. I can maybe, I don't know, lift people's spirits, make people feel good like I do here. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen for them. And the message that Archangel Michael has for all of you is that opportunities beyond your wildest dreams await you. But you're the only one that can allow it to manifest. And if you want to take the first step, you've got to believe that that's possible. And what the divine says for you, what it says, what God, the universe has, is nothing but the expression of pure, unadulterated joy expressed through the evolution of your soul that came to this life, that went to the one before it, the one before it, the one before it, the one before that. So it's important that you get clarity in what you really, truly, utterly want. What do you truly desire? And when you set aside the familial pressures, those cultural expectations, and anything else that influences what you think you should be doing, what you think you perhaps want to be doing, which is why I keep saying sometimes you've got to keep your dreams and your desires under the wraps. You've got to put a keep out sign so you don't get distracted and you don't get pulled off your path. You know, Archangel Michael says that where he is, it's got no meaning. So he can put the past, the present, and future all in one bucket. You've got dreams for yourself. You just need to pull in your spiritual guidance from Archangel Michael, your spirit guides, even those who've passed before you. Even those wonderful relatives that ascended into the spirit world that decided, I'd like to come and help my son, my daughter, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews, my cousins, my friends. All of those spirits ascended. They went. But they also have a duty that they want to come back and help you fulfill yours. Particularly if you're here with some healing to do. Healing for them, healing for you, whatever that looks like. You know, Archangel Michael also says that he wishes he could show us the details of the future. And if you could see your future, if you could see the rest of your life, you would never, ever, ever settle for anything less than the loftiest goals. But don't worry. Just like the butterflies in this picture, and there's a load of them, you'll realize your fullest potential. And when you do realize that, you're going to get transformed. There is a full and complete life of magical experiences waiting for you. There's a full and complete life of magical experiences waiting for you. You know, I was speaking recently, and I've told you all on this video, that, 10 years ago, come Monday, I had a heart attack. I was doing somebody's hair. I won't ever forget this. And the lady said, I think you're just having a panic attack. What does she know? She's not a nurse. What she wanted was for me to finish her hair. And I did it with a heart attack happening. Of course, I didn't know that's what it was. Well, I did know. I just was choosing not to do anything about it. Let me just share this with you about that story. Why was I choosing not to do anything about it? Knowing full well that I have got my life sitting on a bridge. And any minute now, it can go like that. Any of you that have ever experienced somebody who had a cardiac arrest means your heart stops. The person having it doesn't know a damn thing about it. They're gone, whoosh, into spirit. And there's a limbo land between life and then the afterlife. And I call it afterlife because there is an afterlife. Because I believe that. Whether you believe it or not, it's your business. But anyway, in this limbo land of life and death is where the soul is either A, given a chance to pop up out the body, and then that's it. You forget all that you did, all that you were, well, you kind of don't. But, you know, this physical stuff that we're here to do goes away. Or you decide, oof, I've got some adjustments to make. I'm going to go back in. That was me. Took a couple of days, but I got there. And I'm really so glad I did. I'm totally glad that I did that. But anyway, during this whole process, I was bargaining. Let me just finish this person's hair. Let me just please this person. Let me just service this. And I did it. I got it. I got it done. Never did it again. But I learned that I have the capacity to do all of that while I am almost getting ready to go, see you later, goodbye. Even in the emergency room, I was terrified that no insurance and no money and this operation, this medical thing was going to cost so much money they were going to take my house away. And I remember hearing a voice in that ER. I thought it was a nurse. I thought it was a care person. I thought it was somebody else waiting in the triage. And I heard this voice say clearly, if you are meant to survive, you'll find the money to pay for it. Oh, okay. And that was when I signed the document, say, come on, let's take care of business. And we did. And here I am. And it was taken care of by a miracle. So I got goosebumps. Yes, thank you, Grandma. And I believe my grandmothers, one who I never met in this life, but one who is one of my spirit guides, I believe they came and they nurtured and they folded me up and said, listen, you've got some work to do. For me to now say that I can't do anything or I'm not able to do anything or nothing's possible is a lie. It's a lie to myself. It's a lie to all of you. And I guess the point I'm making is you can't settle. The minute you say, I'm settling for something less than I deserve, you are marginalizing yourself. And what that does is it loads up. It's a bit like loading up all that other stuff that you don't really need, that you don't really want, all that negative nonsense. There's enough of that. And we have to either get with the program and realize that we're unstoppable. I learned a long time ago when I was doing my last lot of teacher training, which led me to this. On our own, by ourselves, we are pretty magnificent. Unbelievable. When you couple up with somebody else that gets it, you create this bond. And when they get it, and then more people get it, and more people get it, and more people, it is like the best multi-level manifestation that there is. One leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And if we can join forces, and we can sit on the same level, saying the same things, reading the same books. Let me ask you something. How many of you have read self-improvement books and been on courses and learned? I've done it countless times. The same message from countless places has been telling you all along, you're worthy, you're valuable, you matter, and what you do counts for something. Do not settle for less than your full potential. Ever, ever, ever. I have to learn that every single day. When I catch myself saying, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, but then I do pay my bills. I'm like, I'm grateful, but then I have to start saying, I'm fully potential. It's all going to happen. I have nothing to worry about. I'm perfection unfolding. I'm a noble person doing world-class work, fulfilling a mighty purpose through the eyes of love. There's a book by Wayne Dyer, Wishes Fulfilled. He's also made a movie called The Shift. He's also studied Archangel, not Archangel, St. Francis, St. Germain, the writings of St. Germain. These are things that inspire us, and these are things that get us going, and these are things that lift us up. If you are feeling like you're wanting something to grab a hold of, to lift your purpose and see you go forward, just do it. Now, your first attempts may not be the greatest, but it leads to a better one, and it leads to another one, and it leads to another one. If you go back through my videos and you see the very first one I ever did, I mean, there's some kind of tablecloth thing hanging up at the back, on the back wall. And there are all kinds of craziness happening in this room. Friends of mine said, what are you doing? You know, it looks like you got Nana's drapes hanging up on the back. You need to change your... And I did all these things. It's a work in progress, but it is perfection unfolding. None of us should ever marginalize ourselves. None of us. We all have got something great and wonderful and powerful to do. And I know some of you are like, yeah, but what? Well, then you ask. You ask. You ask yourself. You ask your spirit guides. You ask the part of God that lives in you. You got this life. You've got this incredible gift. What is it that you're doing with it? And I'm going to get off my soapbox. I so love you. I so love you tuning in, giving me your comments. It feels like I've got a family that I haven't physically met, but spiritually, oh my gosh, we've got places to go, people to see. And I got a special goal I want to talk about tomorrow. Until then, lots of love. Bye.